Disclaimer. Any information that may be false, that please let me know in the comments. Thank you.
Hey horse lovers, today we're going to be talking about how horse riding in a lake, river, etc. is abuse and just plain dumb. Any hate comments will be put on blast or even deleted. Helpful comments will be answered. Let's start with the discussion. Riding horses in bodies of water that are deep is stupid. Horses swim in a forward motion. They paddle their legs like dogs and hold their heads above water. Their body is built to swim that way since they have massive lungs that can hold lots of air and even water if needed. A horse's ears are built not to be able to drain any water that may get stuck in it. By a rider being on the horse's back, it weighs down the horse's weight, making it harder to stay up above water to be able to breathe. You can see in this clip a horse nearly drowning in the water because of the rider weighing down the horse. Something that really makes me mad about this clip is that the rider is playing the victim, which honestly I understand where he's coming from because he admits that he was getting death threats from multiple people online just from this clip that his younger sister posted on social media. But that still does not excuse the amount of fear and pain that horse has gone through just in that small clip. And no amount of apologies can make up for that. Even if he didn't know much about horses, why get a horse? The main thing about getting a pet is that you need to know a lot about them. You're going to need to research about them. And that goes for horses. You have to research what they eat, grain, all of that stuff. But he must have not known how horses swim, like I stated in the beginning of the video. Like I said, this does not excuse his abuse on the horse. And you can clearly see how stressed out this horse is. I'll zoom in and I'll play the audio so you can hear what's going on in the video.
A prominent Deer Lodge area businessman and rodeo rider is facing intense scrutiny after a video went viral on social media, which appears to show one of his horses drowning in a mountain lake while he was riding on it last summer.
There's been a lot of hate mail, a lot of death threats. My phone has been going off with death threats.
Ward's younger sister, Tara Ward, posted this video on social media alleging her brother drowned his horse. This video received much attention, and even the Powell County Sheriff's Office is investigating.
Obviously, the video is disturbing in its content, but the Powell County Sheriff's Office is definitely taking this matter seriously, and it will eventually be concluded with a report that's presented to the county attorney.
No charges or arrests have been made in this incident. Reno Ward says the June 11th incident was a tragic accident in which the horse panicked when it stepped into deep water.
It's a very catastrophic accident, and it's being misinterpreted by the whole world.
The heavily edited video shows people laughing as the body of the horse was being pulled from the water. Ward said this was several hours after the horse's death and added much of the video was taken out of context.
We weren't laughing about a horse's death. There wasn't ever footage of when I came up out of the water, and I for one, happy to be alive when that horse was coming after me pond. For one, distraught about what happened to the horse, being in disbelief of I just lost this valuable pet asset.
Ward claims the video was posted because of a dispute with a family member and was designed to ruin his reputation.
There's a big fear about my business, my employees. This hurt the lives of everyone around me.
In Deer Lodge, John Amy, MTN News.
So obviously this clip is very devastating. The horse did die because it drowned. I don't fully blame the man because it sounds like he didn't fully intend for the horse to die in that way. You can tell by his words and his tone of voice, he's clearly devastated and he really loved that horse. I'm gonna slow it down so you can kind of see how the horse is reacting to it drowning, and I hope this kind of clears it up.
Mountain Lake while he was riding on it last summer.
There's been a lot of hate mail, a lot of death threats.
Mountain Lake while he was riding on it last summer.
There's been a lot of hate mail, a lot of death threats.
As you can see, the horse is struggling very fiercely. It's trying to get its head above water, but from the weight of the rider, I'm not saying he's overweight, I really hope that doesn't sound rude, but by the weight of the rider, it is weighing the horse down, which makes it hard for the horse to bring his head above water. And like I said in the beginning of the video, that is how horses swim. They keep their head above water to be able to swim, like every other animal. But if it's weighing the animal down, the animal cannot bring its head above the water because of the weight. So I'm going to read these two articles out loud so you can understand what's going on. So the first one says, horses swim using a paddling motion similar to how they trot on land, propelling themselves forward while keeping their heads above water. They have a natural instinct to swim and don't require lessons, utilizing their large lungs for buoyancy. I'm sorry, I don't really know how to pronounce that word. I'm very sorry. And strong legs for sorry, I'm like really bad at pronouncing words. Propulsion. Okay, you can guess what I'm saying. This next one has two sections, so I'll read them both. Number 1 says, horses can't hold their breath underwater as humans can. If a horse panics and is overcome by water, they are at serious risk of inhaling water and drowning. Number 2 says, a horse's ears are shaped so that if they get water inside of them, the liquid cannot drain out. A horse's ears are differently shaped inner ears as other animals do, so if water gets into them, it becomes trapped. This water can cause discomfort, pain, and even ear infections, so it's important you never allow your horse's head to go underwater. This is similar to what I was mentioning earlier in the beginning of the video about the horse's ears being shaped. I did mention it a little differently, but I mentioned it somewhat the same. I did forget to add the discomfort and pain part. Here's a GIF that kind of shows how a horse swims underwater. It shows how the horse propels its legs, almost like that trotting motion like we talked about in that first article. Here's it slowed down so you can see what's going on in better detail. So it looks like it's trotting underwater, like I said, and it's keeping its head above water like we mentioned earlier. By its head being above water, it can get air, but when it's underwater, it cannot get air since they cannot breathe underwater like humans can, nor can they hold their breath. Horses really are one of the best animals really created. They're really useful and they are just beautiful members of society. Humans and other animals alike are so lucky to have them, and they are not a right to be able to be ridden. They're a privilege. Next time you say it's a right, not a privilege, you are definitely wrong. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful, and I hope this was a helpful learning tool. I'm sorry if I got any information wrong. If I did, please let me know in the comment section, and let me know if I did anything wrong. I would love to see some comments correcting me. And I love you guys so much. I'll see you in my next video, which will probably be posted later today. And I'll see you guys later. Bye!